everybody, welcome to my kitchen. I'm Executive Director Leanne Penny and I'm thrilled to be celebrating my 20th year as an Epicure consultant. That means I've held literally hundreds and hundreds of live cooking classes, and along the way I've learned a lot about how to talk about our products. I'm going to share best practices, verbiage and tips on how to talk about our products, whether you're at a live cooking class, a virtual class, or an online event created to support a live class. We're going to pay particular attention to online options, and though all the tips I'll be sharing are just as relevant at real face-to-face classes. Especially in those online classes or events, you want to build as much connection and interaction with your guests as possible. It's essential for creating engagement and energy and for starting personal conversations. You can always deliver information by posting pictures or video ads of our products, and though that still makes a pretty impersonal experience, any tool you can develop that helps you create connection is really valuable. So we're going to take a look at one of the best tools you can have. A terrific tool to use in your virtual classes or events is a really quick 5-minute video that you've pre-recorded and saved, showing you shining the spotlight on your top 5 favorite products. If you record it in advance, you can easily use it for every online event you can do. This personal video really helps the pre-orders come in from customers who can't attend the live class in person and is an absolute must-do for online classes. Guests don't get to use or hold our items in virtual events, so it's more important than ever to highlight their value. You want to be really intentional with how you speak about our products. To really be of service to our customers, instead of simply reciting facts, we want to use our words to paint a mental image of them facing a common kitchen challenge. Then we can show how our Epicure product is an amazing solution for that challenge. When talking about the problem they face in their kitchen, always be sure to not touch or hold your Epicure products. Only pick up and show off our Epicure product when you're providing the solution to their difficulty. By sharing these types of mini stories, you really create a more lasting impression on your customers. They can really start to picture themselves being frustrated in their kitchens at home, and then can also see themselves really happy to have something that eliminates that frustration. Customers decide to buy based on their emotions. If they're happy to have a solution to a problem, then they're happy to buy. So we're going to share some examples with my top 5. Our very first is our Switch the 6 collection. We're choosing to include this collection with really specific intent because it's going to help us meet 2 intentional goals. Highlighting this set starts your video off with a huge booking seed to help you build future business, both for virtual classes now and live cooking classes later, as you can offer an entire cooking class theme built upon the products that are included in this collection. And then showing your Switch the Sitch collection also opens the door for offering a couple of us versus them comparisons to really open everyone's eyes to just how unique Epicure products are and how we have something really different to offer than what they see at their local supermarkets. Guests love learning new and valuable information. So now this is going to be the only time ever I suggest you go to your supermarket and buy someone else's product. In these times of social isolation, you can even print pictures off the internet and use that picture as a demo. These make great visual tools. Normally, if I have the actual packages, I empty out the contents and then laminate them using laminating sheets from my local dollar store. And that makes them nice and sturdy for multiple uses. I put the information on big stickers on the back of the products so you don't have to remember anything. Just read your facts from the sticker. This is a really great sponsoring seed as it shows you can be professional and successful even when you're brand new and you don't have to have anything memorized. So in my video, I'd ask, who's brand new to Epicure? Has anyone been wanting to really just do a reset on their grocery basics and start eating a little healthier? Who out there is a big nutrition label reader looking for the best, healthiest products to feed their family? The Switch the 6 collection is a terrific introduction to Epicure, as these items are direct alternatives to products that you probably buy at your local supermarket every week. So let's take a quick look at a couple of those comparisons here. And we'll start with our Fajita Seasoning and this little yellow package. I'm sure many of us recognize this package from the supermarket. I know prior to knowing about Epicure products, I used many of these because I love Mexican food flavors. And though as soon as I found out that there was an alternative, oh my gosh, did I switch quickly. So our Epicure Fajita Seasoning, one of our most popular blends, 2 teaspoons, has 10 milligrams of sodium. In this package, 2 teaspoons contains 290 milligrams of sodium. That's an unbelievable 29 times more. I know which one I choose. And then the other product we're going to look at really quickly is our chicken broth, compared to this really familiar supermarket staple. Our jar makes 7.8 of these cartons. So tremendous value. You're just not paying for the water. We're going to zoom right into just focusing on the sodium alone. And in ours, to make the same amount as in the carton, let's start with the carton first. The carton has 855 milligrams of sodium. Ours for the same amount is 80. So this carton has over 10 times the amount of salt as compared to the Epicure chicken broth. So that is so different from the supermarket staples. So I know which ones I'd rather choose for my family. Now, my all-time favorite Epicure cookware item is my multi-purpose steamer. It's by far the most versatile kitchen tool I've ever owned. It's so loved by everyone that we include it in every single new consultant starter kit because they just have to have it right away. So our steamers are 100% food-grade silicone with no fillers. It's a 3.5 liter capacity. They're very lightweight and easy to store, perfect for your house, your RV, your cottage, or your boat. It includes a free multi-purpose tray inside that's fabulous for cooking bacon. You can actually fit ½ pound of bacon on the tray at a time, pop on your lid, throw it in the microwave. In 5 to 6 minutes, you've got beautifully crisp bacon. And if you want to discard the oil, just look at this really neat trick. You can fold your steamer and drain the excess oil out into a container to throw it away. With your tray as well, you can put proteins in the bottom, add the tray, and it still has enough room for a full head of broccoli or cauliflower on top. The tray itself works for fantastic fat-free chips in your microwave, and it works with regular potatoes, sweet potato, apples, or pears. And there's so many things you can cook in your steamer. A lot of people think just veggies, but think outside the box of just your bag of frozen veggies. Corn on the cob in the husk with the silk still on will cook in your steamer in 5 to 6 minutes. Then you simply cut off the stem end and your beautifully cooked ear of corn slides right out, leaving all the messy silk behind. Frozen, solid, boneless, skinless chicken breasts cooked to perfection in about 6 to 7 minutes. Popcorn, you don't need any fat or oil of any kind, just a real scant covering in your steamer, around about ½ cup, and in 3 minutes you've got a beautiful steamer full of light fluffy popcorn ready to enjoy. And my favorite thing to cook in here is a whole bone-in 3 to 4 pound chicken. Pop in your full chicken, season it as you like. You can add salt if you choose to, pop it into the microwave, and in 20 minutes, you have the most tender, juicy chicken you've ever tried. So exceptionally versatile. It is such a game changer in your kitchen. So here's a pro tip for your video. People have a really hard time imagining how well chicken cooks in the steamer. So cook up one for them to see. You could pop your chicken breast in the steamer, sprinkle with fajita from your Switch to 6 collection, and then slice it with the Prep Pro knife so they see how tender and juicy it is. And here's the tip. If you have 2 steamers, do like the cooking show chefs do on television. Put your raw chicken in one steamer and set it aside, and then have a chicken breast pre-cooked in another steamer that you can pull out immediately to then slice and show off. This way you don't have a microwave noise in the background while you're talking on your video. So I love that. It's called a swap out, and you have it all ready to go. Now, the third item in my top 5 is our sheet pan. This is such a workhorse in your kitchen. I have 4 or 5 stored vertically in one of my cupboards all the time, and I easily use 1 or 2 every single day. If you're a serious cook, having 4 or 5 isn't too many. It's just a really good start in your collection. They're ridiculously sturdy, practically indestructible, very small investment. And what I love about them is that they're a perfect supporting partner for many of our other silicone cookware items as well, like the perfect petites pan or a waffle mold. I love to line it with our bacon roll. It's like permanent parchment paper, so I love to line it with our bacon roll. Fantastic for one-pan meals where you just want to do a little bit of prep and pop everything in the oven to ignore. You can use it for cookies or biscuits, cakes, roasting proteins or veggies. I use mine as a prep surface all the time and a big carrying tray. So if I was making burgers to take out to the grill or had big kebabs or chicken pieces or ribs, I use them all on my sheet pan as my carrying tray because it's super sturdy. It's wonderful as a jumbo pizza pan. And here's a couple of uses you might not have thought of. If you have a juicy fruit pie or a cheesy casserole going into the oven, sit it on your sheet pan with the bacon roll. Then if anything overflows, it lands on the bacon roll that's easy to clean instead of in your stove. Because I don't know about you, but I don't like cleaning my stove. That's too much work for me. It's also fantastic if you have large items that you want to cut, like a pineapple or a watermelon. If you put your cutting board inside your sheet pan and cut that big piece of fruit in here, all your excess juice collects in your pan and it's really easy to clean up instead of flowing all over your countertop. And then of course, number 4, it brings us to the best friend of our sheet pans, and that is the bacon roll itself. It's custom made to fit both sizes of our sheet pans because now, with our announcement of our new products, we have a combo, comes in a set of 2 of bacon rolls to fit your quarter sheet pans as well. So I know we're really excited about that. There's a lip around the edge that keeps oils or juices from flowing underneath, so the pan surface itself stays clean. To store your bacon roll, it easily rolls up and you can slide it into any little space in your cupboard, so you don't need a lot of cupboard space. And nothing sticks to these. So if you've got cheesy nachos or sticky chicken wings, this is what you need for your sheet pan. You'll absolutely adore your bacon roll. And that brings us to the last of my top 5, and that's our Prep Pro knife. As we all know, a sharp knife that's lightweight and comfortable in your hand is an absolute kitchen essential. You just can't function without a good knife. Many of us have invested in a very expensive knife set and find that we reach for these all the time instead. It has a 6-inch rust-proof, stain-resistant ceramic blade that's harder and sharper than stainless steel. It comes with a handy guard, so when you're storing it, that blade is not exposed. The bullnose tip on the end of the knife both strengthens the blade and discourages breaking. The handle itself is beautifully shaped. It's ergonomic, so it fits my hand very nicely, and it has a special finish. It's called a sueded finish. So if my hand was wet and I grab my knife, it's not going to slip. It has a texture. It's the perfect knife for chopping, slicing, and dicing tender fruit, veggies, or boneless proteins. Great for deveining shrimp. We do not recommend them for really hard, dense veggies like turnip, sweet potato, or squash. And did you know that lettuce will oxidize slower if you cut it with a ceramic knife? So it'll stay bright green if you want to do your salad prep days in advance. So I absolutely love that feature of our ceramic knife. A great question to ask at your classes or in your video is, who loves super juicy ripe tomatoes? Doesn't it frustrate you when your knife at home just squashes them as you're trying to slice them? Just look how our gorgeous ceramic knife glides through that fresh, juicy tomato. And then actually use a tomato and slice it so people can see how well your knife works. So you'll want to wrap up your video with really strong verbiage. That's it for my top 5 spotlight. These are my top 5 favorites from Epicure. Which one of these 5 would you love to have in your kitchen? Let me know which one you need to add right away. And remember, every single Epicure product has 3 prices: full price, half price, or free. And if you're thinking that you'd really love to have one of everything, let's partner up for your own class, where you can take advantage of our host reward program and get some serious shopping done for free or half price. Or you might want to consider getting your products at a minimum of 25% off all the time by becoming an Epicure consultant just like me. I'm happy to share more information with you about both of those topics. Can you see how some advanced product knowledge is a real value add for your customers and really helps paint the picture of them enjoying those items in their own kitchen? You're working with intention, building desire for those items. Wouldn't you want to buy them now? So when you share this pre-recorded video in your virtual event or class, you want to use it to encourage and drive conversation and engagement. In our separate training on how to do an online class, we talked about guests earning ballots to be entered into a prize draw at the end of the class. So when you do a description for your video post, be sure to reinforce your final question and ask the guests again, which one of these 5 would you love to have? Share in the comments and earn another ballot for the prize draw. This is where your class host can get things started and comment first. You'll want to pay attention to the information that they share in these comments on your video so you can use it for effective follow-up. When the time comes to gather in the orders, you can reach out to every guest individually to discuss those products. And many will have multiple products because a lot of people find it hard to choose just one. Some will often say, oh gosh, I'd love to have them all. And ding, 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 that's your cue to invite them to host a class of their own to get some free or half price, and again, share a better business opportunity. By preparing and using your pre-recorded video with specific intention, you can boost sales at your current class or event, use it to plant the seeds for future class bookings, and use it to find an open door for a sponsoring conversation. That's pretty effective for a brief 5-minute video, don't you think? You're also going to want to really cultivate your service mindset and be thinking about companion products at your checkout. Companion selling is upselling with heart as you're coming from a place of service. Instead of just being an order taker, by recognizing and suggesting companion products, you're providing service and value. For example, perhaps you've got a client who's ordered a sheet pan. Well, we already know, my gosh, that sheet pan's going to be awfully lonely without a bacon roll. So that's your open door to suggesting, might you consider adding a bacon roll to go with that? And then pointing out a few features of how to use those together. Or perhaps you'll see a client has ordered a salad dressing. You might want to ask them how they're planning to prep, serve, and store that salad dressing. And then point out that some great companions to a salad dressing are cruet with quantities right on the side, so you don't even need measuring cups to determine how much oil, how much vinegar, you just use the measurements on the jar. Our funnel to help keep those ingredients going into your cruet neatly and tidily. And then you'll definitely want to mention our 4-in-1 measuring spoon as well. This is one amazing little tool. It has 4 different measurements all on the same utensil. So the big spoon is your tablespoon, a teaspoon, and then when you turn it over, there's a half teaspoon, and a little mark partway up the half teaspoon shows where the 1/4 teaspoon is. So 4 measurements all in one. So handy, you don't have to search for it in your drawer, it's easy to find, and your customers don't realize any of this information. It's your job as their consultant to make these suggestions, and they're really going to appreciate you doing that so that they have everything they need when their order gets in to start enjoying their Epicure products. They'd be ready to make their salad dressing right away without searching through their cupboards looking for items to use with their delicious dressing. So let's take a look at a few of the items I always recommend at checkout because they're really household necessities. We're moving pretty quick, so let's take a look. Here's our 3-week dinner collection. This set is a terrific introduction to the convenience and versatility of our meal solutions. The packs featured are really family-friendly flavors, and it works out to about $3 a serving, including the grocery items like your proteins and veggies. So they actually help most families save money on their grocery bill. And they have a super easy, really varied meal plan to simplify your life in the kitchen. Because we're all looking for quick, easy, delicious meal ideas, right? So this is the perfect solution. And if I've used our 2-in-1 citrus press in our demo, which I almost always do, I shine the spotlight on this tool again, because fresh citrus juice, there's with another tongue twister, fresh citrus juice is a vibrant addition that wakes up your taste buds and just takes your dishes to that next level with a squeeze or two. So you want to press or roll your citrus fruit around to break up the little cells inside, cut your lemon or lime in half, and you'll see limes in the green section, lemons in the yellow. And even though it looks like you just want to drop your lime half in here with the curved side down, you'll actually want to do it the other way around. So the curved side is up, because this portion of the press will turn your lime half completely inside out and get every last drop of juice out of your citrus. And it also collects the seeds inside for you as well. So this is a must for anyone who loves a good cocktail. I'll always ask my guests, do I have any margarita or daiquiri fans here? Trust me, you need this in your life. Fresh citrus in your cocktails is so good, way better than those pre-mixed bar mixes that you can buy. And this is great to mention because sometimes you'll run into guests at your events, either online or in real life, live classes, that are kind of so-so about cooking, but they are really keen on having a beverage class. So by shining the spotlight on your citrus press, it opens the door to talking about, sure, we can do a beverage class. So great to let people know about that tool. Our third one is our ground meat separator. I thought that I had every kitchen utensil I might ever need until Epicure introduced this tool, and now I'm totally in love. It has a really comfy non-slip silicone handle and a tapered nylon cutting edge. So there's 3 little edges here designed to break up ground meats quickly and easily. So you might be breaking up ground chicken, pork, beef. You might be breaking up tofu cubes into like a crumble. It's great for scrambled eggs, smashed potatoes, mashing avocados for guacamole, or bananas for banana bread, making egg salad or potato salad, breaking down tender veggies or chunks of tomato in a pasta sauce, a chili, a soup or stew. And those 3 blades sit flat on your surface. So they're very effective and it's very easy to clean. So every single household needs one of these in their kitchen. Then you can really ask a quick question again. Who skips making stir fries and salads because just the thought of chopping all the veggies wears you out? It's just too much work to think about. So you might want to consider picking up one of our amazing mandolins. It's called the 4-in-1 mandolin, and it makes short work out of slicing and dicing. It's an incredible kitchen tool. There's a beautiful, comfortable silicone handle. It has little silicone feet to keep it firmly planted on your cutting board or counter surface. This groove right here is designed to lock onto the edge of casserole dishes or salad bowls, so you can slice or shred right into your container. And it has an exceptionally sharp stainless steel blade. It comes with 4 different plates. That's why it's called a 4-in-1. There's 2 slicing plates and 2 julienning plates. And they're super easy to switch. You just push the little round portion on the back to make the plate pop up. And see, it literally hops right off the mandolin. And then to install a new plate, simply slide in the front and press down on the back. Super, super quick and easy. It comes with a cutting guard as well, so you can protect your fingers as you get to the end of your veggies. And I'm going to share a little tip with you. A lot of people don't realize this. You can, of course, make great onion circles with your mandolin or slices. And though, I want to show you something. If you cut your onion from the stem end to the root end, you'll get slices of onion. But if you cut your onion this way, so if I took my Prep Pro knife and sliced it right through the center, so you're looking at the rings of onion, and using your julienne blade, you will actually dice the onion in seconds. Who could get on board with dicing onions in literally seconds? There's no time to cry when you do it that way. And our mandolin is a terrific price point for the quality. These can be $100 or more at kitchenware stores. Ours is only $30 Canadian or 26 US. And then our last item that I love to mention at checkout is our minced garlic. I'll ask, do we have any garlic lovers here tonight? Epicure has the best minced garlic. We've actually crammed 67 cloves of garlic into this jar for you, ready to go in your pantry with no peeling or chopping, no smelly fingers or cutting boards, and no worries about spoilage. Simply grab your 4-in-1 measuring spoon and measure out exactly what you need. Half a teaspoon equals 1 full clove of garlic. You can make it even easier and pick up a ceramic grinder head and attach that to your open jar of minced garlic. Now, since your grinder inside is adjustable, you can grind fine, medium, or coarse powdered garlic into any dish that you want. So this is your real chance to be a service superstar by making sure your clients have everything they need when their order arrives so they can get started making their delicious meals right away. Whew, that's a lot of info. So now that you have all this new information, what should you do next? So grab a pen and paper because you're going to want a WTD, which is write this down. Number 1, record your own 5-minute video showcasing your top 5 products right away. Decide which items you want to feature as companion products during the checkout process, and then get ready to rock your online business during this social distancing period. That 5-minute video is going to be a key tool for you during this time. Number 2, when our brand new catalog season starts, grab your copy of that new catalog and learn about the new tools that we've added for this season so you can be prepared and confident. Then gradually add more product knowledge to your mental toolkit. 3, a best business practice at every new season is to take advantage of the new product pre-order offered to all consultants and get those new business tools in your hands as quickly as possible. These tools are an investment in your business. They are all necessary business tools. They exist to support your success, so it just makes really sound business sense to have them on hand to use and to promote, doesn't it? And then host a season launch cooking class. When we're doing live classes, I recommend doing those live in your home. Now, in our current environment, you're going to want to host a season launch cooking class virtually for your hosts and your customers. You can refresh your business toolkit with the host benefits and shop for yourself. Hosting your own season launch is a best business practice every new season. So that brings us to the end of our time together. Who feels they're better prepared to talk about our products at their next cooking class, whether it be virtual or live? Fantastic! Is anyone wanting to order a couple of these goodies themselves to add to their kitchen? I know, if I didn't have a steamer already, I'd be running to order one of those right away. Thank you all so much for joining me today. It's been my absolute pleasure and privilege to share with you. And I'll leave you with one gentle reminder that the more you know, the more you grow.